Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our 2024 annual members meeting. Give yourselves a round of applause. Out of all of our great members, we just might love you the most. The ones who showed up year after year in some cases. It's wonderful to be a part of this family. Not only did our friends at Sparrow hire a friendly face, hopefully a good-looking one as well. Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, stop. Really? But of course, I'm also a member and a part of this family just like all of you are. So it's great to see several of you again. Great to be back. I'm Jadu. I'll be your host tonight. And if anyone knows anything about what I take care of, there's always going to be a few prizes, yes? Okay, we're going to give away a few things. But this is our 89th annual members meeting. And I had the pleasure of hosting 2 years ago. I'm back again for our meeting. Last time I met you in Anderson near downtown, and I'm back with you again. On behalf of the Sparrow Financial team, we're so glad that you're here with us tonight. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a time of celebration. So many things that we experience out there in the world are just business, just recreation. We're going to get to do a little bit of both together tonight. Sound good? We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're excited to tell you about what has happened and what has been accomplished in 2023 and what is to come. Okay, we also want to hear from you. So many of you have participated with your questions, and you've submitted them online. At the end of the meeting tonight, we're going to get to several of those questions, but we want you to know all of them were very much appreciated, handled with care, and they will all be answered. Several of them will have a personal touch from our team members over the course of the next week or so. So if we don't get to yours, that doesn't mean that it wasn't important. It is valuable. Thank you for participating in all of our correspondence and emails, and we'll hit you up very soon. Sound good? Okay, so what we're going to do now, we've got some giveaways, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already noticed, I'm sure you have, or you're warming it up right now, there was a treat in your seat. Okay, so I'm more of the, who is, was it a lemon bar? Right there? Yes, delicious. I'm a lemon bar guy, but a big round of applause for that sweet treat from the Sweetery of Anderson. Thank you so much. So go patronize those folks in our community who are supporting us here. And we have several door prizes to give away. Let's kick things off with our board member, Miss Joy Evans. Give her a round of applause here. Owens, I'm sorry. Mrs. Joy Owens. Now, she is since I've messed up her name, let me tell you a little bit more about how great she is. I just met her downstairs, and we had a great time. Stop laughing for a second. So, lifelong member of our community in the upstate from Inman, 5 generations on the same land and the same farm. I think that's a big deal right there, yes. And her lovely husband is here as well. Yes, sir. Good to meet you. Okay, it's time to pull out your tickets, because that's what we're going to look through and for several of our door prizes. We have a couple different door prizes and those sections sprinkled into our session this evening. We do have a business meeting to take care of, so we have that session, and throughout we were going to check in with Miss Joy here, and we're going to find a few prizes for some of you. So if you hear or see your ticket in the numbers that I call out, come on down. Must be present to win. Okay, so up first, Joy, if you will, please, we are looking for a $25 Starbucks gift card. All right, and we have got our winner right here. Congratulations to 0205. There's so many people looking up at me now. They're like, you know what, I didn't win this one. There's so many. Don't you worry, don't go nowhere. The last number is 5. 555. We've got a winner right here. Maybe we'll deliver it to you. Yes. Check that number. 020555. Congratulations for our $25 Starbucks gift card. All right. How do we feel about that, Mrs. Owens? Owens, yes. Did you even check the ticket? You didn't even look. She didn't look. Brian. Yes, ma'am. Okay, very good. Congratulations. Enjoy that. Up next, we've got a $50 Target gift card. All right, ladies, this will get you down about 1 or 2 aisles, $50. That's about it. Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Some inflation hitting us, yes? Okay. Mrs. Owens, if you will. Yes. Congratulations to 020585. In the back corner, yes, sir. Congratulations. Mrs. Owens right there in the back. Congratulations, sir. All right, $50 gift card for him. You just hand it to your wife and be done with it. Yes, ma'am. There she is. She knows. Exactly. He hasn't been in Target since '98. He doesn't know. Yes. Okay, we've got one more in this session before we move on to some more important business, as well as some introductions this evening. Okay, our third is a $50 Walmart gift card. Okay, now in the last few years, as social media's gotten crazy, things have been nuts around our global economy and even locally, I have started to avoid Walmart. That's what I have done. I'm more of a Target guy at this point. You know, you can see my coat here. You know, it's not a Walmart coat, it's a Target coat. It's a Target coat. But there's nothing wrong with my Walmart friends. I'm not saying anything. Here we go. All right, $50 for our best members to head down to Walmart and get themselves something nice. 020-62. What do you think? Who's in so far? Who's in so far? Who's in so far? What's your last number, ma'am? No, ma'am. What's your last number, sir? No, sir. Who's still in? Yes? No. Yes, ma'am. We've got a winner right here. Yes, congratulations. All right. Thank you so much to Mrs. Owens. Thank you, Joy. Congratulations to our winners. If you didn't win, keep your ticket. We're coming back for some more. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce two members of our board that will kick off our 89th annual members meeting. Mr. Bryant Harrison will lead us in our invocation first, and then Mr. Roy Hayes will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. If I can invite those two gentlemen to the podium, and we'll start off with Mr. Harrison.
Let us pray. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We come this day thanking thee for the privilege to gather in a country that is free and to serve in an organization that serves you by serving mankind. We ask now that you would bless us all one by one and name by name. Bless us in our efforts and forgive us of our sins. Bless the food that we did partake of earlier. Bless the hands that prepared it, and bless those, even the farmers who grew it. Now we would ask that you would go before us in this meeting, that the things we do, things we say, will be in keeping with thy will. We ask this all in Jesus' name and for his sake. Amen.
Would you please stand, face the flag, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, and be seated.
When I walk into Sparrow Financial, they know me by name. They make you feel at home.
We have our personal checking account, we have our business account. My boys are the beneficiaries of that too with their accounts at Sparrow.
They truly care about you and helping you understand what your best options are going to be.
From in-branch to online, it's personality and relationships. And that's what we'll be there for quite some time.
If you want financial freedom, they got your back.
I wouldn't pick any other banking institution other than Sparrow Financial.
As you know, our mission is simple, and it's to improve the financial lives of our members. As we just saw, we have a great privilege to move alongside you, our members, and help you soar financially. Throughout this evening, we'll talk more about how we're doing just that. But first, I'm now going to turn things over to the chairman of our board of directors, Mr. Mike Strickland, to introduce our Sparrow volunteers. Mike.
Hey, we're glad to have old J-Do back with us tonight. What about it? Woo! Yeah. Thank you, J-Do. Well, good evening, and welcome to the annual meeting of Sparrow Financial. Well, as mentioned, my name is Mike Strickland, and I'm very honored to serve as the chairman of your board of directors. On behalf of all of our staff and volunteers here at Sparrow, we thank you for being with us tonight. You know, a credit union is governed by members who volunteer to serve in various capacities. We're lucky here at Sparrow to have a wonderful group of volunteers who share their time, their talents, their expertise to represent you and be your advocates. So now I'd like to introduce you to our nominating committee members, then the supervisory committee, and then finally our board of directors. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. The members of our nominating committee, if they're here tonight, Marilyn Sumter. Marilyn, are you with us? If you would stand. Okay. Tracy Ellis. Tracy, are you with us? Okay. And Eric Hunter. Okay, well, these are the members of our nominating committee. Would you give them a round of applause, please? Our supervisory committee is well represented tonight. Frankie Nelson serves as the chair of our committee. Frankie, if you would remain standing. Miss Anna Marie Brock. Anna Marie, right here. Janet Fancher. There's Janet. Sherry Ramey. There's Sherry over here. Andrew Williams. Did Andrew make it tonight? There he is, hiding back there. And if you would give our supervisory committee members a round of applause. Thank you. And finally, our board of directors. Mr. Steve Griffin, right here on front row, serves as our vice chairman. You've already met Roy Hayes, who led us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Roy serves as the secretary treasurer. Mr. Bryant Harrison did the invocation for us. Bryant. Miss Joy Owens, you know her, our own Vanna White. And Mr. Anthony Lawrence. And I'm saying Anthony is really shining today because of what he's got sitting beside him there. Yeah. Mr. Lee Brown. Mr. Hugh Burgess over here. And Mr. Michael Cunningham on the front row here. Thank you, board members, for your service. And we have a special guest tonight. I'm very pleased to introduce to you Miss LaVon Moore, who will be serving as our parliamentarian for tonight's meeting. LaVon, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate you. Yeah. So if anything goes astray, she will pull us right back into order. A certified parliamentarian. Also at this time, we want to recognize a longtime volunteer of Sparrow Financial. Janet Fancher, would you come up to the stage, please? We want to talk about you a little bit. That's right, we're going to embarrass Janet. There's a set of steps over here, Janet. And J.Do, if you would help her there. So, again, Janet will be transitioning from our supervisory committee, but she began volunteering with Sparrow way back when we were called SC Telco. Does anybody remember that name, SC Telco? She became a member of the advisory committee back in 2012, and she then transitioned to the supervisory committee, where she has served for the past 12 years. Wow. Now, Janet also volunteers her time with Greenville County Disability and Special Needs Board, as well as volunteering at her church in many capacities. Thank you, Janet, for your commitment not only to Sparrow, but to our community at large. Brian, would you hand me that, please? Janet, we have a plaque, and I'd like to read what it says. I think I'd like to read what it says. And our sincere thanks and appreciation for your time, talent, and dedication to Sparrow Financial and the credit union movement. Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to reintroduce Mr. Mike Strickland here for another one. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Take care of it. Now, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Dean Woods. Dean, would you stand, please? Dean will be joining our supervisory committee, and of course many of you here in the Anderson area certainly recognize him, as he's no stranger to the community here in Anderson. Currently, Dean serves as the president for the Foothills Community Foundation. Prior to that, he served as the vice president for institutional advancement and the director of development at Anderson University. Last year, he received an honorary doctorate in humanities degree from the university. He served on various boards throughout our community, and we're very, very honored to welcome him to the Sparrow team. Please join me in welcoming Dean Woods. Thank you, Dean. All right, last thing for me right now, I need you to take a look at your seat there, in your chair. You'll see a flyer that's been placed there this evening, and it tells you about our new Associate Volunteer Program. This program is designed for Sparrow Financial members like you. Yeah. If you think you might like to serve on the Sparrow Financial Board of Directors or the supervisory committee positions, then you'll be very interested in this associate volunteer service. It's an excellent opportunity to broaden your expertise in the areas of governance, finance, and fiduciary responsibilities, as well as be a voice for all of your Sparrow members. So if you're interested in learning more or applying, go to the website that's listed on the flyer there for more information. So a special thank you goes out to board member Joy Owens. Joy, would you stand? And to our Chief Strategy Officer, Jessica Baker, for making this program possible. They spent many long hours in researching similar programs across the nation and put this thing together for us. So let's thank them for their hard work. JD?
Before we get into our business meeting portion of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, let's give away a few more prizes, shall we? Miss Joy, okay, pull out those tickets once again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I believe we are moving on to a $50 Walmart gift card. Once again, making the financial lives easier of our members here. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, congratulations to 0206 call it out. No. 2, yes, we've got it right here. 020602. Congratulations. $50 to Walmart there. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Walmart's a place you just gotta go. They've got everything. Thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations. And one more at this juncture. Oh, $50 again to Walmart. Okay, another one. Miss Joy, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, 020582. You belong to Joy. You can't win, sir. You, sir. Okay, Mr. Owens took a big gasp in like he might win. No. I see how that's rigged. Oh, he doesn't have a ticket. Very good. Well, that's fine. 020582. Congratulations. Yes, sir. On the back. On the corner. Yes? How are you going to raise your hand and then pull out tickets and look? What is that? He just knew. He just knew. Yes, sir. All right. Nobody's debating him. Very good. Congratulations. Give them all a round of applause. Thank you. And now it's time for the business portion of our evening. Mike, I turn things back over to you, sir.
Okay, the favorite part of everybody's annual meeting. So at this time, I'd like to call our business meeting to order. Article 5, Section 5 of our bylaws state that, except as otherwise provided, count them, folks, 15 members will constitute a quorum at an annual or special meeting. Look around. Do we have 15 members present? I think we do. So a quorum has definitely been established. Now, did everyone receive a copy of the minutes, last year's minutes from last year's annual meeting? Are there any questions regarding the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes then stand approved as distributed. Okay, thank you. Well, as we all know, the financial environment of last year, 2023, was one of extreme volatility, unprecedented high interest rates, as the Federal Reserve kept hiking rates in an attempt to try and control inflation. Despite these challenges, I'm proud to stand here today and let you know that Sparrow Financial continued in that environment to not only thrive, but to soar above all of our competitors. We continued to perform the basic functions of a credit union. I mean, what does a credit union do? It serves the lending needs of our members while providing top earning rates on their deposits. Our success is due to the business model under which we operate. Folks, we don't operate under a Studebaker business model. We've got a Corvette business model, okay? It's significantly different than the business model of banks. You know, rising interest rates last year caused significant disruption to the traditional business model of those banks. You'll recall back in March of 2023 with the failure of several regional banks, most notably the Silicon Valley Bank in California and Signature Bank in New York. Seeking higher investment returns from its burgeoning deposits, Silicon Valley Bank had dramatically increased its holdings of long-term securities, better known as bonds, since 2021. They were at the time the 16th largest commercial bank in the nation, and they were primarily funded by small tech and tech startup companies who had poured their cash into the bank. The bank also held several deposits of bonds. Well, we know what happens when interest rates go up. What happens to bonds? The value comes down, right? And these companies that had invested their cash sitting there, they needed to continue to finance their operations, so they started pulling cash out by the bucket loads to continue their business operations. So Silicon Valley, they issued, I think it was a $25 billion sale of bonds, and out of that, they lost $1.8 billion. You hear it, don't you? You hear that train wreck coming? Yeah, the train wreck came, and so depositors began a bank run, leading to the bank being placed under the receivership of the FDIC on the morning of March 10th, and the bank failed. Well, as reflected in our strong and sound 85-year history, Sparrow Financial was well positioned in the face of this high interest environment. Even more so during the year, our management team made several strategic investments in the financial markets to strengthen our liquidity and soundness. Sparrow Financial's business model is comprised of safe investments, and we operate on a very diverse balance sheet that allowed Sparrow members to benefit from top deposit rates while other members fulfill their credit lending needs. For example, we granted over 8,000 loans totaling $197 million last year to help our members achieve their financial goals. And over 3,900 members began benefiting from our new Kasasa checking accounts. These members, they earned a market-leading rate of 5% on their checking account balances, or up to $10 cash back each month. In 2023, we gave over $983,000 in Kasasa awards. And by year-end, Sparrow Financial had grew our deposits by more than $49 million and loans by over $67 million. So as we move into 2024, I have no doubt that we will thrive. We will continue to soar. So I'm excited that as we share what 2024 has in a lot for us, We will strive to continue to deliver excellence in our digital banking experience, our personalized service, and our positive impact in the community. So what's coming up? Well, this includes members receiving new debit cards in the summer with the tap-to-pay technology. That's real easy. You don't have to swipe, you don't have to stick it in there, just tap that. And we'll also have a new digital banking experience coming to you in the fall. In tandem, we'll also reveal a free credit monitoring tool for you to continue to build upon your financial health. This is what we know. Our business model, different from that of banks, it's a model for success, and it will continue to work for the benefit of you, our members. Everything we do starts with you in mind. You are our why, and you are why we do what we do. And with that in mind, to tell you more about our plans for 2024, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you our distinguished President and CEO, Mr. Brian McKay. Brian?
I was looking behind me to find the distinguished person, but where's my friend Malia? Can you stand up, Malia? So Mike talked a lot about what we do being different than a bank. I got a chance to talk to a lot of y'all. Can you stand on the chair so everybody can see you? That's my friend Malia, and we had a chance to spend some time together. Do you want to do your ABCs for him? Okay, ready? Go ahead. Best thing you will hear all night. Try getting that at a bank annual meeting. Thank you, Malia. You were so sweet. She is 4, almost 5, and we had a chance to also go through the Days of the Week song, if anybody knows the I'm not going to sing, don't worry, I'm not going to sing it. As I was putting my talk together tonight, I realized I've been doing this for 25 years. And I thought after 25 years that I had seen a lot. I saw Y2K. Who remembers Y2K? We thought all the computers were going to blow up, right? The market challenges after September the 11th, and then, of course, the Great Recession in the late 2000s. But just in the last 4 years, we've been through a global pandemic. We've been through the worst inflation since the 1980s, and the steepest rate increase in 4 decades. Now, I think when there's chaos all around, an organization has to concentrate on what it does best. You can't worry about things you can't control. Now, I always say a happy team makes happy members. I'd like everybody who's on the Sparrow team to stand up for me. If you're an employee, stand up. This group helped us, stay standing. This group helped us be once again named a best place to work in South Carolina and the #2 credit union out of 5,000 credit unions in the entire country to work for. Thank y'all. That's the group that makes it happen. The community also voted us as the best credit union in the upstate from the Greenville News and as a finalist for Anderson's Best Hometown. I'm so proud of the recognition that our team receives, but ultimately, and Mike said this several times, what we do starts with you. Our why starts with you. For our members, we work to create value for each one of you, regardless of your financial position. Looking back on 2023, we did grant over 8,000 loans. We also returned over $16 million in dividends to our members based on your deposit relationship. As a not-for-profit financial cooperative, Each member, you, are rewarded for the products and the services that you participate in at the credit union. Our role as management and the board is to return that collective value back to you. And I'm proud to say we had another great year doing that in 2023. We have so much to be proud of, but our eyes have to always be looking forward. Mike mentioned a couple of the projects that we're already working on. Our new debit cards coming in June. By the way, shameless plug, look out in your mail and in your email. You'll be getting notices about the change for our debit cards, and those will be reissued in June. We'll send you all the information that you need way ahead of time. Our new digital experience that'll be rolled out this fall will change the way you interact with us on your phone and through your computer. It'll give you greater flexibility and more control than ever. In order to serve you better, we're also adding the ability for you to chat with us online. So for those easy questions that don't take a lot of time, we want to save you a phone call. You can access us through our chat. We've also already upgraded our phone system, so if you use our Member Solutions Center and you call in there, you'll notice that there's been some changes there and hopefully has improved that experience. Earlier, just this month, we introduced our dynamic overdraft program designed to provide you with the peace of mind you need to take charge of your financial future. We want to be your financial partner, and so we come alongside you to help you with your financial hopes and dreams. As I look even beyond 2024 and into the future of our credit union, I remain excited about what we can accomplish together. Everything that we build is with the future in mind. We have 25 TellerLink machines now. Hopefully, had a chance to chat with some members just a little while ago, and I see they're still awake back there on the back row. I appreciate that. Sylvester, are you still awake back there? All right, good. We were talking about using our TellerLink machines. So we have 25 TellerLink machines currently in service. And yes, when you use those machines, if you push, I want to speak to a teller, you are talking to a teller who is in our Greenville Park Avenue office. That continues to be a major investment for us, along with our digital and online tools. We know you're busy, and TellerLink actually helps us serve you in about half the time, giving you more time to sit down and talk with us about your financial future or just go on with your day. Our goal is to help you find financial freedom in whatever that next step might be. That's why we're continuing to invest in the people and the technology to serve you today and tomorrow. But we were also talking during the hors d'oeuvres, and we also know the economy is very difficult right now. It's difficult for everybody in this room. We hear about those challenges from our members every day when they call in and they're a little bit late on their auto payment or they're having trouble making ends meet. I'm going to tell you a few numbers that many of you may have experienced but may not be aware of. Since 2019, orange juice is up 260% at the grocery store. Sugar is 120% more expensive. Beef and bread are almost 50% more expensive. So what that means for all of us is the average American, us collectively, are spending 40% more on groceries today than we did 5 years ago. So for example, if you were spending $150 a week at the grocery store, you're now spending well over $200 a month for the same exact items. Do that math, that adds up. It's almost $3,000 a year more. And also, as many of you know, unfortunately, wages and salaries have not kept up with the pace of inflation. That means there's less disposable income even after salary and wage increases. What we know as your financial partner is that puts more pressure every month on the dollars that you have. Puts more pressure on car payments. It puts more pressure on mortgage payments. You know, to put it simply, when everything costs more, there's just less to go around. It's not complicated, right? Just in the last 18 months, we have helped so many members work out problems with, hey, I want to make this car payment, I just don't have enough money this month. Well, call us. We will talk it through with you. Is Tammy still here? Can I embarrass Tammy if she's still here? Oh, yeah. Okay, you don't have to stand up, Tammy. Tammy Blackwell manages our collections and recovery department. And let me tell you, Tammy has a great heart for our members. We don't do collections like you think about typical collections. We're not calling you and begging you or yelling at you to send us money. We want to work with our members. We are a member-owned cooperative, and the first thing that we'd like to do is help you when you have payments that you can't afford, but you got to call us. You got to work with us. But we have worked with so many members with budgets and with what we call workouts to help them get over this hard time. Because y'all know we don't exist to create profit for a small group of shareholders. We create value for you and each member that we serve. Mike had a chance to introduce you a few minutes ago to our board of directors, but I'm so fortunate to have 9 individuals that represent each of you in making strategic decisions that are not in the interest of profit, they're not in the interest of stock price, they're not in the interest of a small group of people, but they're in the interest of our 50,000 members that they represent. I want to thank each one of our board members that was recognized earlier. They provide strategic direction for me and a member perspective for you back to us in the boardroom. I especially want to thank Mike, my chairman, Mike, for his guidance and partnership. I want to thank our 5-member supervisory committee. You were introduced to our chair, Frankie Nelson, just a few minutes ago. They oversee all of our audits and internal controls, which basically means they make sure your credit union is safe and sound. You'll hear a little bit more about that when Frankie comes up in a few minutes. I hope you'll be confident that regardless of the chaos all around us, the board and I remain focused on building an amazing team and creating tremendous value for each one of the members that choose Sparrow. As you read in our annual report, and you'll hear shortly from Frankie, your credit union remains very strong financially and prepared to weather what's ahead of us in this unknown economy. I want to thank each and every one of you. I had a chance to speak to many of you before the meeting. I hope I get a chance to say hello to everybody. Thank you for your continued trust in us. Thank you for your continued trust in our staff and our credit union, and we look forward to continuing to serve you for many years to come. Thank you very, very much.
All right, thank you, Brian. Isn't it wonderful to have a president who's right here on our level, living right here in our community? Isn't that great? To talk through the struggles, the triumphs, the tragedies that we've had over the course of the last few years. Him saying, Brian, saying some of those stats, you're talking about orange juice and sugar and beef and bread. I was like, that's the only stuff I eat. You know what I'm saying? I was like, goodness, we're out there. I was just looking up some stats on my phone. I cheated there to see how much money do you think we have to make now to equal the equivalent of $30,000 in 1980. $30,000 buying power in 1980 is $97,000 today. It's very important to understand the power of leveraging the community efforts of this member-owned cooperative that we have here. So we appreciate what you guys are doing for each one of us in our community. At this time, I'm turning things over to Frankie Nelson for our Supervisory Committee report. Ms. Frankie.
Good evening, fellow Sparrow Financial members. I'm Frankie Nelson, and as chair of the Supervisory Committee, part of my responsibility is to provide the annual financial report for Sparrow Financial as of December 31, 2023. These numbers are a measurement of how the management of Sparrow Financial has utilized your money for the betterment of the organization over the past year. The process of measuring the effectiveness of our financial management takes place with an annual external audit from our CPA firm. This audit is conducted in accordance with auditing standards generally accepted in the United States of America, known as GAAP. These standards require that they plan and perform the audits to obtain reasonable assurance about whether financial statements are free of material misstatements. Sparrow also has internal audits conducted periodically related to the financial report, such as payroll processing, budgeting, management reporting, treasury, and investment activities. Additionally, I am proud to share that Sparrow has a highly qualified accounting and audit team that includes 3 CPAs on staff. I'm pleased to report that Sparrow Financial has yet again received a very positive, unmodified opinion regarding the credit union financial statements for the 2023 year end. Our favorable quarterly internal audit reports are further proof of the financial soundness of the operations. All of these indicators reveal a physically sound credit union. I urge you to please review the balance sheet, income statement, and other financial information included in this year's report. You can find a link to a digital copy of the 2023 annual report on our website. What you will find is that Sparrow Financial continues to operate in a safe and sound manner, strategically focused on improving the financial lives of our members. This financial strength positions us well to soar into the future. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'm calling Mike Strickling back up for a call for other business. Mike.
All right. Okay, the next item of business that we need to deal with is the report of the nominating committee, and our board secretary, Mr. Roy Hayes, will give you the results.
The nominating committee for Sparrow Financial has nominated the following for election to the board: Michael Cunningham, Joy Owens, and Mike Strickland.
All right, thank you, Roy. Now, per Article 5, Section 1C of our bylaws, the nominees are declared elected by acclamation. Congratulations and thank you, each and every one of you, for your willingness to serve.
Thank you, Mike, and congratulations to our newly elected board members.
We want to take this time now to transition and congratulate the recipients of this year's Lewis C. Addison Memorial Scholarship. Each year, we award 3 $3,000 scholarships to Sparrow members to be used toward their college education. And Mike will come up again and do the honor of announcing this year's winners.
Yeah, the Lou Addison Memorial Scholarships are named after a long-serving chairman of our board that served brilliantly for many, many years with us. I'm excited this year to announce again we have 3 winners: Michaela Gibbon, Parker Bryant, and Garrett Bowen. Now I'm going to call on each one of you, and if you're in attendance, I want you to stand, and we're going to talk about you a bit. Michaela Gibbon, is Michaela with us today? Yes, please remain standing, Michaela. Thank you for being here. Michaela is an incredibly dedicated and hardworking medical student in her final year at Gardner-Webb University. She'll graduate in May and begin her doctorate in osteopathic medicine in July of 2024. Michaela's passion for becoming a pediatric oncologist is evident from her current volunteer work at ANMED Women and Children's Hospital, where she is gaining valuable experience and making a positive impact on the community. Michaela's professors hold her in the highest regard, recognizing her as an exceptional student who consistently exceeds expectations. Despite juggling athletics, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 part-time jobs, and her education, Michaela has maintained a perfect 4.0 GPA, demonstrating her exceptional work ethic and commitment to achieving her goals. Her dedication, her hard work will undoubtedly make her an outstanding doctor and a very, very valuable asset to the medical community. Congratulations, Michaela. Thank you so much. Again, our first $3,000 recipient. Thank you so much. Parker Bryant. Is Parker here with us tonight? There he is. All right. Parker is a student at T.L. Hanna High School. He'll attend Anderson University this fall. Parker's known for his exceptional leadership skills and his ability to positively impact every situation he's involved in. His educators describe Parker as an excellent team player who is always willing to go above and beyond to help his peers. Parker's passion for sports is evident in his participation in the T.L. Hanna track and cross-country teams. He's achieved significant success, winning awards such as the 2023 Cross-Country All-Region and 2023 3200 All-Region titles. His hard work, his dedication, his perseverance have been a source of inspiration for many of his fellow athletes. In addition to sports, Parker is a very active member of the Concord Baptist Youth Group and the Beta Club. He's deeply committed to his community. He takes pride in giving back wherever possible. Congratulations, Parker. Thank you, sir. And finally, Garrett Brown. Is Garrett with us tonight? All right, there we go. Garrett is a student at Crescent High School. He plans to attend Clemson University in the fall. Garrett's determination and passion for learning have made him stand out from his peers. His educators have described him as someone who constantly surpasses their expectations. In other words, he blows their minds, going above and beyond to achieve academic success. Garrett's collaborative spirit, his eagerness to deepen his understanding of various subjects have earned him as a reputation as a highly motivated student. He is captain of the soccer team and serves as the kicker for the varsity football program. He's received the prestigious highest GPA award for his outstanding academic performance. In addition to his sports and academic achievements, Garrett is actively participating in various clubs, including the Beta Club, the CHS Anglers, and Palmetto Boys State. He's a passionate volunteer and actively is involved at Star Baptist Church, the Habitat Restore, and club soccer for CESA. Congratulations, Garrett. So again, congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations once again to our scholarship recipients. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of accolades. They didn't have all that when I was in high school. I tell you what, my homework was to find the right bus to get on and make it home. There's a lot of things in there. Congratulations. Good luck on your future endeavors. At this time, we're going to transition. I'm going to invite Brian and Mike to answer a few of our member questions. Thank you once again for several of you who submitted thoughts, concerns, and ideas. And we have about 5 of those we're going to go through. A reminder, if you did submit something, even tonight, I think you have the opportunity to probably grab a staff member or Brian and ask something, and we're going to make sure that we answer the things that you did submit offline very soon, one-on-one. So thank you for the participation that you gave us. Question number 1, gentlemen. What is the likelihood to establish a branch to serve the Anderson side of Simpsonville, near Fairview Road, or expansion maybe into Fountain Inn or the city limits?
Of course, we have the new Five Fork branch that opened up a couple of years in Simpsonville, so that's there. And then there's always the possibility of our Telelink machines. And again, that's just like being in the branches. As he said earlier, you know, if you click on there and you want to talk to a customer service rep, he or she is there in person, okay? might as well be in the branch. So that may be a solution in the future.
Yeah, as Mike said, we do have our Five Forks location, which is on Batesville Road. I'm very familiar with the area that the question is referring to. We live ourselves in Simpsonville. The Fountain Inn area is growing tremendously. I do know that. And we are always looking at where we have our branches. Obviously, at our size, we're not able to put a branch in maybe every community that we'd like to. So we don't have any immediate plans to move into an area like Fountain Inn, but I can assure you we're continuing to look at it and look at our geographic footprint. Remember, you can always access us through your mobile phone or, as Mike said, our Five Forks location is right there on Batesville Road.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen. I like that Telelink idea there, to talk to an actual teller. Because earlier you mentioned, Brian, the dynamic overdraft, and I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. So I got to talk to somebody about that. Okay. Yeah. How about this question? Do you think rates will possibly go up for certificates in the near future?
Well, like all credit unions, we're market driven. And again, I think according to everything that the Fed is putting out, we don't see rates decreasing in the near future. So we think they'll stay up there for a time to come. And of course, we've got to be competitive, so we're market driven like anyone else. Your perspective, Brian?
Yeah, I would certainly agree with that. You know, if you've had deposits with us for the last 2 years, you've seen your rates go up quite a bit, and they don't always track exactly with what the Fed does, what the Federal Open Market Committee does, but the market will drive those rates. Even if you look at what's printed in your annual report, you'll see that the amount of dividends that we paid in 2023 compared to 2022, we approached almost $16 million last year for those dividends, for those deposit accounts. And a lot of those are certificates and money markets and things of that nature. As Mike said, everything we're hearing from the Fed, we joked earlier that none of us have a crystal ball, so if I could tell you exactly what rates we're going to do, I'd probably be in a different business somewhere, but maybe on the side of the road telling fortunes or something, but I don't know, honestly, and if anybody tells you they know exactly, they're probably lying to you. We do think, based on everything we're hearing, that rates are going to stay higher for a little longer. That seems to be the general consensus, and what that would mean for you as a member is our certificate rates will probably stay elevated, where they are. The market rates will stay elevated. Unfortunately, what it also means is on the lending side, those rates stay a little higher too, because those are also market driven. So we try to stay competitive. We know we're not always the best deal in the market, but we try to remain very competitive to make sure that we're providing that value back to you if you trust us with those deposit dollars.
Question number 3. What prompts a fraud alert on my checking account?
You want to take that one?
Yeah.
I've been the victim of it.
Yeah. It's complicated. All of our fraud alerts, the systems that are behind those fraud alerts are very sophisticated. So I'm not going to try to explain them because, frankly, I don't think I could explain them. What I will tell you is this: it looks for stuff that looks weird. That's the best way I know how to say it. So let me give you an example. If I use my card in Anderson 364 days a year, and then all of a sudden, on a random Tuesday, there's transactions in California and Nevada and Arizona, those are going to pop up, and those are going to say, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense, okay? We know that J.Do. only buys his jackets from Target, not in Arizona, okay? And so that could be one thing. The other thing you're going to see is if you have multiple transactions from the same place. So if we see 3 or 4 transactions back to back at a certain place, those may get flagged as fraud alerts. And all the fraud alert really means is something doesn't look right, and we want to ask. We want to say, was that you? And if the answer is yes, cool. If J.Do. went out to California on vacation, then cool. No, we want him to be able to do that, and we want his card to work. What we don't want to happen is his card to get compromised somehow and somebody else is using his money. So there's a lot of things behind those systems. They're intuitive, they learn, but I will say at a minimum or at a baseline, they just look for stuff that just doesn't look right, and then they ask about it. So it could be transaction amount, transaction timing, transaction location, any of those things that just don't look right, and it'll flag it.
What I appreciate is the promptness that they deal with these fraud alerts. You'll either get a call or text message. If you recognize it, as I did when someone took $300 out of my checking account, supposedly for Progressive Insurance, which I don't have Progressive Insurance, I immediately called, and our Solution Center jumped right on it. Problem resolved within just an hour or so, okay? And I was made whole again. So they're on it, and that's the good thing about these fraud alerts. So they take care of you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for the submission. Question 4, are more ATMs planned? If so, what is that implementation plan?
Probably not ATMs, because again, we're going to our TellerLink machines. They're ITMs, interactive teller machines, okay? They're replacing the traditional ATMs, again, because you can actually work with a real live person in our Member Solution Center, okay? And their plans, don't know exactly where yet. We're still studying strategic locations for those, but there are plans in the future to implement more of those.
Yeah, as Mike said, we're always looking at that TellerLink network to see where it might make more sense to expand. The other thing I would encourage you is go to our website or use your mobile app, because you can see a bunch of fee-free ATMs that you can use that are inside of our network. So they may not say Sparrow Financial on them, but you can go there and you can see by location what ATMs I can use. So if you're traveling, or if you've got a few things on your commute or something, and there's not necessarily a Sparrow branded one there, look on the website and see which ones, because there's like hundreds you can use without any fees from us. So fee-free ATMs, check that out on the website.
All right, and our last question of the evening. Well, I have a question for you all. How many of you have the Sparrow app on your phone? Yes? Not everybody, but most of you. Okay, I'm looking at those who didn't raise their hand. Okay, interesting. Welcome to the meeting. Okay, our last question for the evening. Thank you, gentlemen. What challenges and opportunities do you see with deposit rates, with inflation, interest rates, and other economic factors?
Oh, you want me to take that one?
Yeah, deposit rates, as we said, for right now, because interest rates are high, they're going to be up there, okay? And again, we're market driven, so we got to go with the market. But right now, they're certainly at an all-time high.
Yeah, and I think the other half of that question, we talked a little bit about rates. The other part of that question was inflation, and I talked a little bit about that during my talk. I think for us, what you also have to remember, and any of you in this room that either own or operate a small business, you know that inflation also hits businesses. So just like you all are paying more at the grocery store, your credit union's paying more for services and for products and things that we may use on a normal basis. So there's a lot of challenges there. The opportunities for us, I think, are, first of all, I talked about the culture that we've built and the people in this room that serve you every day. I do believe that sets us apart. Those of you that I had a chance to talk to earlier that visit our branches, I heard several names of people that you remember in those branches that help you all the time. That will set us apart, and the advantage that gives us is the trust that those folks have built with you for those deposit needs and those loan needs. That's a tremendous opportunity. There's an opportunity in every challenging environment, but I'll say the biggest challenge now is trying to strike that balance between helping our members, because it is a true challenge out there, we know that, and making sure that collective, all of us together, sometimes what's best for the individual member is not always what's best for the membership. We talk about that all the time. And what we want to try to do is balance those decisions every time we make them. And deposit rates come into that sometimes, J.Do., because you have folks that maybe had a high deposit rate for a long time, and now they've come down just a little bit in the market, and that's where our rates are. And we have to try to balance that from a financial standpoint and also from a collective value so that we can spread those dividends around to all of our members that participate in the cooperative. So it's a daily challenge as we talk through navigating the rate environment and just the economy in general.
All right, thank you. Big round of applause for these guys for fielding your questions. Thank you, gentlemen. Mike, Brian. And do what's best for the collective group. And sometimes I think we all have to realize that what's best for all of us is best for us individually as well. Remember, we will answer your other questions. You can submit them to us all year long, and our team will take care of it. Miss Joy Owens, if you would please. We have a few more gifts to give away. Who's ready? Last round of applause for the gifts here. Make some noise. Okay, so our door prizes now are up to $100 values, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Eyes got big on that one. Everybody say, ooh. Ooh, all right, this is it. Okay, if you would please, ma'am. Oh, okay, very good. Yes, sir. Okay, for this next one, we're looking for the $100 American Express. Okay, American Express gift card. How many of you could use this one tonight? You wouldn't even make it home, it'd be gone, right? Here it is. Congratulations to 020584. There we go. Yay! All right. All right, very good. Okay, Brian going to make her sing like that. She better take home some goods. Okay, right. Congratulations. $100. All right, do not let mom have any of it. You heard that in front of everybody. Okay, yes, indeed. Thank you, Joy. Okay, $100 at Target coming up next. $100 at Target, if you would, please. Okay, congratulations to 020609. Brian, you're yes, sir. Congratulations, sir. 020609. $100 at Target. $100 at Target gets you at least about 8 of these jackets, from what I remember paying for it. Yeah. Okay, and our last one of the evening. Whose is it? Just tell me now. Who's winning this one? That's what I want to know. Okay, you, ma'am. Okay, $100 to the Darden Group. Okay, restaurant gift card. You can use it at a couple different places there. Enjoy a night out. Thank you, Mrs. Owen. 020641. 641. Going once, going twice. You got to be in the room. There it is, right there. To the gentleman near the back, congratulations. To all of our winners tonight, thank you for the Sparrow team and my lovely assistant, Mrs. Joy Owens, for participating tonight. Been on the board with us for over 20 years. Isn't it wonderful to see so many folks on our volunteer boards and our advisory committees, supervisory committees who have been invested in this program and in our collective for so long. Thank you for all the things that you do. Thank you, Joy, for helping me out tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just one more word before we leave tonight. Thank you so much for being back with us in 2024 at our annual meeting, and I'm going to ask Mr. Mike Strickland to come up and close us out tonight.
Let's give it up for J.Do. What about it? Let me do a marvelous job. Yeah. Well, thank you, J.Do., again for keeping us moving along this evening. Appreciate what you've done. And thank most of all for you. We appreciate you, our members. Take care and let us know how we can come alongside and help you soar financially. So on behalf of the entire Sparrow Financial team, we thank you for joining us tonight. Be safe in your travels, and God bless. Have a good evening.